Captain William Blackwood was a man of routine. The crisp morning parade, the afternoon's paperwork, the evening's gin and tonic. It was a rhythm that had become the soundtrack to his life in India. But the sultry summer of 1857 was to shatter that tranquility. The sepoys, his Indian soldiers, had been restless for weeks. Whispers of discontent had drifted through the barracks, carried on the hot winds. Yet, Blackwood had dismissed them as the idle chatter of men weary of the heat. Then came the night of the mutiny. A cacophony of shouts and gunfire shattered the stillness of the night. Blackwood, roused from sleep, stumbled into the chaos. The once familiar barracks were transformed into a hellish inferno. Sepoys, their eyes burning with a fanaticism he had never seen, turned their weapons on their British officers. In the ensuing melee, Blackwood fought for survival. His sword flashed in the moonlight, a desperate defense against the overwhelming numbers. When dawn broke, he found himself among a handful of survivors, huddled together for warmth and protection. The days that followed were a blur of hardship. The small band of survivors retreated into the jungle, their once proud uniforms reduced to rags. They lived on berries and roots, their bodies racked with fever. Yet, their spirit remained unbroken. News of the rebellion spread like wildfire. Reinforcements were on their way, but until they arrived, they were alone. Blackwood, the once orderly officer, found himself leading men in a desperate fight for survival. He learned to track, to hunt, to read the signs of the jungle. The man who had once been content with the confines of a barracks was reborn as a survivor. When relief finally arrived, they were a shadow of their former selves. But they had endured, they had fought, and in the crucible of the mutiny, they had found a strength they never knew they possessed. The war was far from over. The road to restoring British rule would be long and arduous. But as Blackwood looked out at the ravaged landscape, he knew one thing. He would be there until the end.